Alright, yo, what's up, guys? I know a ton of you are going to be wondering why I'm wearing a Washington hat with a Boston Bruins jersey. And the reason is because I am giving my predictions today for the Boston and Washington series. But before we start this, I just want to say I do not care. I don't care who wins. I am watching hockey because I love hockey. Am I going to be very happy if Boston comes out of this round? Yes. Am I going to be very happy if Washington comes out of this round? Yes. There is no losing for me in this round. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, game one is on Saturday. And I'm very excited for this. I'm very, very excited for this. And the reason I am excited for it is because I think that it's going to be a really, really fun series. You know, we've got Char going against his own old team. I'm pretty sure Boston's going to want to make it further than they did last year. And yeah, I don't see it happening. Washington is going to take this series, I think, probably in 4 or 5 games. More realistically, 4, in my opinion. Boston is a good team, but they've got older guys. Then again, so does Washington, but they've also got the goalie situation. That's another thing I want to touch on in a minute here. Washington has Ovechkin. They got Chara. They got Backstrom. They got a lot of players that can do a lot of damage. And Boston's got good players too, like Bergeron and Marchand and players like that. But they are also very, very just, I think, over the last few years, they've gotten kind of worn down. In my opinion. And the window is closing for a Stanley Cup. Actually, the window has closed for a Stanley Cup, in my opinion. I think last year was their last chance, and they fell into Tampa, and they just couldn't do it for whatever reason. But Washington, I think, could make something special happen this year if they really wanted to. But it depends. It truly does depend on what they want to do with their guys. And Washington has been a choker in the past, and let's see if they can do something this year. But the goaltender situation, yes, Samsonov. And I believe he'll be in the playoffs. I think he's out right now. I think. Don't quote me on that, though. And then Boston, who I believe they'll be putting in Tuukka Rask for the playoffs. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's not good. Tuukka Rask is good. He's a great goaltender. He's one of my top 5 goaltenders. I love him. He's awesome. But Samsonov is better. Samsonov is a wall. Samsonov is really, really, really good. And he knows he's just dangerous. He's one of those goalies that I could see him getting on a run and just stealing the whole series. There's I think that Samsonov, I think that's how you say it. I remember when I first saw him in the NHL, I was like, oh, they got a goalie named Samsonov. And my dad's like, oh, no, it's Samsonov there, and that's how you pronounce it. I was like, what? And then that game, he played fantastic. That was a game against Carolina. But anyway, sorry, getting off topic. Yeah, I think he could do something really good. Alex Ovechkin, of course, he's, in my opinion, the best of this generation. And, the window is closing for him. I think he started playing in 2005. He got drafted in 2004, but there was a lockout, so 2005. So, yeah, it's been a while. It's been almost 20 years for Alex Ovechkin. And then Zdeno Chara, I believe it's been over 20 years. The window is almost closed for him, too. And I think both of those players definitely won a Stanley Cup. Won a Stanley Cup ring. But then you got players like Marchand who really show up in the playoffs. But I just don't see the Bruins having it in them. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this series goes all the way to 7 games, but I just don't see it happening. So, like I said, I am watching this series because I love both teams. I cheer for 3 teams in hockey: the Bruins, the Kings, and the Capitals. And I love all 3 of those teams pretty much equally. Obviously, if the Kings and the Bruins faced off in the finals ever, I would have to root for LA. I would just kind of have to. And if the Capitals and the Kings ever faced off in the Stanley Cup final, I would have to root for the Kings because I live here. The Kings are my home team. But between the Bruins and the Capitals, I really love both equally. It's really not a matter of which one I like better than the other. And you can call me not a real fan for that. I don't care, but it's just a matter of that's just what I think. But yeah, this series is over pretty quick in my opinion. Yeah, that's just how I think it's going to go. So playoff hockey is starting. So for the next videos, for the next couple months, are going to be about the playoffs. They're going to be about playoff hockey. Because I just love playoff hockey. There's nothing like it. They're even better than the NFL playoffs. And that's hard to do because the NFL playoffs are pretty fantastic. But I think the NHL playoffs are better there. So yeah, if you like hockey and you're watching this video, consider sticking around. Consider subscribing because I'm going to be talking about hockey for a while longer until the playoffs end. So anyway, bye guys. Thumbs up, subscribe.